This, as the headline likely already conveyed quite clearly, is what Rolls-Royce boss Torsten Müller describes as the most ambitious, singular, and highly bespoke Phantom we have ever created. For a company renowned for catering to the most ambitious and singular whims of its customers, that's quite the statement. However, it's not immediately clear what the owner intended to convey with this design, what the design might say about the owner who commissioned it, or even what the luminary of ladies' haute couture behind it, Iris van Herpen, is trying to express. I was inspired by the concept of weaving water and transformed the sense of being in movement into an immersive experience of fluidity, says the fancy fashion designer Iris van Herpen. I wanted this to become a state-of-the-art experience, being overwhelmed by the forces of nature. For those of us not moving in the same social circles as the target buyer, the desire for such an experience might lead us to simply try learning to surf. What we do know is that it took around 4 years of continuous development to create the Rolls-Royce Phantom Syntepia's complex, three-dimensional headliner sculpture. Both Rolls's bespoke collective and Van Herpen had to be satisfied with the result. Presumably, the customer is also pleased, but that's a guess. Even without fully grasping the concept of biomimicry and weaving water, it's evident that Iris van Herpen is highly regarded by those who do. For the rest of us, it might suffice to say that Iris is the kind of designer whose work ends up in the Museum of Modern Art. The effort involved in creating this masterpiece is staggering. The single piece of leather for the headliner was selected from 1,000 hides as the most beautiful and flawless. There are 162 petals, woven from glass into a delicate, sheer fabric, which took 300 hours to make and attach. The headliner itself took 700 hours to create, the gallery on the dashboard another 60, and perfecting the paint required 3,000 hours of testing and validation. The result is a base of pure black overlaid with mirror-like pigment in the clear coat, reflecting hues of gold, magenta, purple, and blue depending on the viewing angle. Given the extensive time and effort involved, it's no surprise that this masterpiece will only arrive at its new owner's estate, or perhaps lair, in May. As a bespoke Rolls-Royce, it's also not shocking that it's a one-off, never to be replicated. After all, creating the most ambitious, singular, and highly bespoke Phantom isn't something Rolls-Royce can do every other week.